Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two very big games. We're away against Villareal in La Liga, and we follow that up with the Copa del Rey final against Athletico Madrid. As you can see, since you were last with us for that Everton and Granada game, form has been reasonable. We did win the second leg against Pamplona. We beat Sevilla by 3 goals to 2. We only managed a 1-0 draw against Zaragoza, and it was one of those frustrating games again. They had one shot on target and scored it, and we got one goal with match stats as crazy as that. We had an XG of nearly 4, so we were expected to score for around 4 goals during that game, and it just never happened. So quite a frustrating one there. But then we followed it up with a 4-1 win over Atletico in La Liga, and I'm hoping we can repeat that in the Copa del Rey final. In terms of the league table, we've got 2 games in hand over Atletico and Real Madrid. If we win both of those games, um, we'll be on to 74 points, 5 points behind Madrid. They have finally lost a game. They lost 2-1 to Espanyol, and they drew against Atletico the game after. So unfortunately, those drop points against Zaragoza do mean that if we'd have won that game and we win these two next league games in hand, we could have been in with a shout. But as such, I don't think we'll probably get too close to them. But we are looking good for second place if we can keep winning matches. We're only 3 points ahead of Villareal at the moment, but like I say, with 2 games in hand, I am hopeful that we should be comfortably ahead of them as time goes on. We have been rotating the side reasonably regularly as well. Gonzalo Ramos hasn't. He started the game against Atletico. We're definitely playing him ahead of Luis Fernando. We've got Headley in goal, Balde, Otto, Scalvini and Echeverria at the back, Gonzalez, Verelst and Pedri in midfield, Tobias Gonzalez, Ramalhe and Ramos as our front three. A side of Otto in at centre-back instead of Achabar. I think that's probably our strongest lineup, to be honest. Um, Hopefully we can get the result that we crave here. Um, Overall, it's been a frustrating season. I'm really hoping we can get the silverware in the Copa del Rey final. We really suffered in it last season against Villareal, of course. Um, but the fact that we beat Atletico in the league game that's just gone does give me a little bit of hope. But we'll see how we get on today. It's going to be a tough game this against Villareal, but we can hope. They've got a very good record against us in recent times. They beat us 1-0 last time out because thanks to a free kick from Moreira, their midfield player. But as we witnessed last season, Marcos Leonardo is the danger man. He tore us apart last season. Hopefully he won't do that today. Early stages would suggest it is going to be quite a close game, though possessions even. Neither team has had a shot on target in the opening 20 minutes either, so certainly going to be a cagey affair, I think, here. Here is Malero. He was the man that scored that free kick, of course, in the game earlier in the campaign. Here's Diz, and Pedri loses out, and Lefebvre with the strike just over and wide. And it remains 0-0. Villarreal do seem to be performing as the better side at the moment in this game. We're going to demand more from our side. We're certainly better than the way we have been playing in certain games, but at the same time, other games, everything just goes according to plan, and we're knocking teams apart. But I don't know. It's difficult to say that we lack consistency because we still win football matches, but at the same time, it's just lacking with finishing sometimes, and I'm not sure why because the striking options we've got are excellent, but it's just how it happens at the moment. Villarreal, I mean, we're tossing and turning for possession here, but Villarreal have emerged with it. Gonzalo Ramos, though, with the challenge, finding Pedri. Ramalhe into Echeverria, and he loses out to Malero. Again, possession turning over Diz and Nico. And there's the ball over the top, and Marcus Leonardo. I mean, we were expecting it, weren't we? And he's done it again. I've thought about buying him, to be quite honest, but I don't know. Um, on our affordability scale, I'm not really sure how well we do in terms of trying to get him in, and he's in behind again, and it's a poor finish that time from him, but all of a sudden Villareal have got the wind in their sails, and they're absolutely battering us again here. Ramalhet can't win it, and here they come again. Pedri with a challenge. Here's Ramalhet. He hasn't got any support though. It's him against 7 players there. Ramos was trying to keep up with him, and there's just no support. Ahmedzovic, Goldstein into Lefebvre, over the top. Otto again losing out to Leonardo. We're going to be taking Otto off at half time. He's been booked as well. He has had a very poor first half, Otto. And yet he's rating better than Scalvini apparently. Here's Balde into Tobias Gonzalez. Now Federico Gonzalez trying to move it forward into Varels. Gonçalo Ramos plays it into Ramalher. He has support arriving if he can find it. Plays it into Gonçalo Ramos and Meslier with the save. And it's cleared away. I'm not reading too much into the fact Villareal have gone above us in the league at the minute. Cause like I say, we have got those 2 games in hand. But it's certainly far from ideal at the minute. And it's been a very poor performance. It's daft really because we played so well against Atletico in the last game, and as soon as we come on camera again, we seem to just completely combust, and I don't really understand why, but it is what it is. Achabar's on for Otto, which was the planned change already. Verelst and Pedro apparently are in danger of losing their discipline, but a host of poor performances so far in this match, and we'll just have to wait and see how things go. So, just looking forward, Villareal do have that 1-goal lead. Just heading into the second half now. Varels plays it out wide to Balde, knocking it into the penalty area. It's cleared away. Pedro picks it up into Federico Gonzalez. He loses possession to Carmona, but here he goes picking it up. Now Scalvini into Federico Gonzalez. Now Achabar. Varels. Ramalhet trying to move it forward into Pedri. Federico Gonzalez into Ramalhet again. Trying to work it here. Varelst is in behind and Meslier does well to make the claim, and it remains 1-0. So going into the second half at the moment, I'm not feeling too hopeful. We're trying, but it's just not clicking at the minute. Here's Goldstein into Ahmedzovic. Now Lefebvre. Nico plays it over the top into Malero. Echeverria can't win possession. It's back into Nico. Carmona. Lefebvre strike just wide of the post. And we're really struggling here. Just one shot on target from our point of view. And we've not looked particularly creative in all honesty. And our striking options should be doing a lot better than this, to be fair. We're going to probably look into making some substitutions. I mean, Pedri and Varelst have both struggled, to be quite honest. Caminata and Fernando are going to come on in central midfield, I think. It's going to be the only way we can do it, to be honest. And our front 3 have been non-existent. We're going to get Jan Low on, I think, for Gonçalo Ramos. And I think we'll probably just leave it at that for the moment. And hopefully we can gain a little bit of a foothold in this last half an hour. We do seem to be a little bit... We're trying to create more, but it's just not quite happening here. And again, Villareal have got such a good record against us in recent times. It doesn't fill me with confidence. Max Leonardo's done the damage again, obviously. We've actually had more shots on target than Villareal. They've only had 3 shots on target. But they've done the important thing and got the goal. So, going into the last 10 minutes, not had too many highlights either. Here's Pau Torres into Nico. Carmona into Diz. Now Malero. Scalvini doing well to intercept that ball. Leonardo would have been in behind otherwise. Luis Fernando. Jan Low in behind. Chance here. Jan Low has equalised. That is a massive goal for us. And To be honest, I don't think we're going to catch Real Madrid, but it would be nice just to keep winning the matches, just to see if we can put any kind of pressure on them. Jan Low with a lovely finish in the end there. And overall, it's been a strange game, but I think we've deserved the equaliser, as difficult as it has been. Heddle here into Scalvini. Federico Gonzalez just exchanging passes with the centre-back. Here is Balde, back into Scalvini again. Achabar. Now Echeverry's got a bit of space to manoeuvre. Jan Low picks it up. Is he going to play it into the penalty area? He lays it back to Echeverry. Now Caminata. He loses out to Carmona, and there's a potential break on here for Villareal. Marcos Leonardo into Goldstein. Lefebvre into Fomenko. It's a good block. This is Luis Fernando. Now Tobias Gonzalez. Chance to move it forward here. Tobias Gonzalez still with the striker. Meslier with the save. 5 minutes ago, here's Echeverria. Achabar. Into Scalvini. Now Federico Gonzalez. Luis Fernando. Over the top. Jan Low could be in here. Jan Low. Oh, he tried to take it round the keeper. He should have taken the strike a little earlier there. We could have been ahead with that opportunity. Here's Tobias Gonzalez. Chance to swing it in toward the far post potentially. We've got the big men on. Achabar's there. It's cleared away. And hopefully a repeat here. Achabar and Scalvini again will be the targets at the far post. Tobias Gonzalez to whip it in. Have we got a chance here? Tobias Gonzalez whips it in. It's cleared away again. And so many poor performances again though. Gonzalez and Ramalho have really struggled today. We're going to switch Gonzalez to that right hand side, and I think Ramalho is going to come off for Saglin Benny here. But Saglin Benny, I mean, he had a poor performance last time out as well, so. But at least we haven't been beaten. That's something. It's a 1-0 draw in the end. Pretty even game on the grand spectrum of things. Jan Low, the hero, with the goal to get us that equaliser. But bigger focuses now. We've got our second Copa del Rey final in a row. Let's hope this time we can reverse what happened last season and we can actually get a trophy under our belts here. It would be nice, but we'll have to wait and see. So we've got a couple of days to get through until that cup final, so just bear with me and I will be back shortly. Okay, here we go. It was actually a week later rather than a few days, but here we are for the Copa del Rey final against Atletico. Let's hope we can get the result we want. I'm not going to make any changes to the starting 11. We need our strongest lineup basically. I think what we will do actually is we'll take Otto out and we'll put Achabar in. But other than that, I think that's pretty much going to be that. So same starting lineup, but Achabar is in for Otto. Can we finally get a trophy here at Barcelona? I know we won the Super Cup in our first season, but the Copa del Rey, La Liga, Champions League, we've missed out on all of them so far. Lost in the final last year, as we know. Hopefully we can go one better and pick the trophy up this season. We did get a good result against Atletico last time out. Obviously it was only a couple of games ago and they haven't actually won since. They've had a draw and a defeat since losing to us. Can we get a result here? Can we win the Copa del Rey? It's going to be a cagey affair. I've already resigned myself to that, but early stages would suggest that we are trying to be positive. We've had the majority of the chances so far, but there is a free kick here for Atletico, and it's João Felix to take. Whips it in, and Botman was there, completely unmarked at the near post. That was very poor from our point of view, but Tobias Gonzalez has managed to pick it up here. He has got support to his right, but he can't find anybody. He's still trying to keep going. Singo in there managing to clear, and Kouakou picks it up. 5 attempts, none on target for Atletico. We've had just 3 attempts, but we have had 1 on target. But, yeah, dearie me. All these cup games are getting very stressful. Here's Nardi into Botman. Now Chiric into Orbegozo. Error by Bamba. Ramos into a few passes been made, and Ramal hit at the far post, but Azizi does well to make the save. That's a big chance for us. And now VT into Bamba at the other end. Now Chiric. Just getting in each other's way a little bit on that left-hand side. VT loses out in the end, and Varels picks it up. Now Federico Gonzalez. That's a nice pass into Pedri. Has support ahead of him. Gonçalo Ramos, big chance. Gonçalo Ramos scores. Just less than half an hour gone. Could that be the goal? Gonçalo Ramos with a very good finish. He has struggled in the second half of the season for goals recently, but he has got a hugely important one here. Really good finish. Azizi was off his line, and Ramos made no mistake with the finish. It was well executed for sure, and we look to build on that now. 1-0 after half an hour. Atletico still haven't had any shots on target, but they have had the same number of attempts at goal as we have. And they've had the majority of the possession as well. It's just edging in their favour. Here's Balde into Achabar. Now Scalvini, Federico Gonzalez. Now Balde manages to get past the wing back. Can he get the ball in? No, he can't, and it's cleared away. And Kouakou is coming away here for Atletico. Still going down this right side, Kouakou. Not putting any challenges in, and he's still going, and he's found Demeter at the far post. It's into the side netting. I mean, it was a brilliant run from Kouakou, but we didn't get near him there. Very poor defensively from our point of view. But as we approach half-time, we hold the advantage here in the Copa Del Rey final. Going into the second half then. Can we continue how things have been going? Ramos is on a yellow card, which is a bit of a concern. The fact that he's a striker does maybe want to keep him on for a bit longer, but we'll see how things go. Come around the hour mark, we might take him off. If we get a man sent off for a stupid little second challenge, it's going to seriously impact the course of the game. Here is Okafor. Varels gets in and wins possession for us. Plays it into Gonçalo Ramos, and Azizi saves. And Ramos tried to get back onto it again, but couldn't quite get to the ball ahead of Azizi. And it remains 1-0. But that is a really good start to the second half from our point of view. The highlight hasn't ended though, and this is João Felix in behind. Balde with the challenge, but Singo now. Good save from Hedl. Demeter was there lurking. Hedl does really well to get a touch on it to take it away from the striker. Ball played forward. Achabar wins the header. Finds Pedri. Now Varelst. Into Federico Gonzalez. Scalvini out wide to Echeverria. Now Varelst again. Ramalhet picks it up on this right hand side. Lays it back to Varelst again. Now Federico Gonzalez into Ramalhet. Chance here. Oh, and he's hit the post. He's hit the post. It's gone wide from that as well. All the pressure is on. That is for sure. Atletico still haven't had a shot on target, which obviously is in our favour, but we've seen it in a number of matches throughout the course of these last couple of seasons. One shot on target is all it takes. And here is Okafor. Moves it forward into Demeter. Echeverria does well to get in on it and slow the move down. Ramalhet into Federico Gonzalez. Now Pedri. He was under pressure by 3. And Kouakou has gone in hard on Pedri. VAR's checking for a red card. And it's no further action. Not even a yellow card. Which is strange because they were checking for a red card. But no yellow card given. Here's Federico Gonzalez. Now Echeverria into Varelst. Over the top. Gonçalo Ramos controls it well. Ramos. Oh, Bagozo just gets back in time and clears it off the line. That could have been the chance. I'm not going to take Ramos off, I don't think. He's having a good game so far. Here's Nardi. Into Azizi. He had to clear it quickly because Ramos was lurking. Okafor into Chiric. Okafor again. Now Demeter. Charging forward down that left-hand side. Plays it in. He's taking a deflection. João Felix has picked it up, and Hedl with a dreadful error. Well, Echeverri has been given the credit for conceding the goal, but I think it's Heddle that was at fault there, really. And the game is back level again, and there it is, the first shot that they've had on target, and it's a goal. Here's Varelst into Ramalhet. Plays it forward, Ramos trying to get onto it. Nardi picks it up, looks set to clear. Now Okafor into Viti. Yao Felix picks it up. Good challenge by Federico Gonzalez. Varelst into Pedri. Now Tobias Gonzalez has support in the centre. Gonzalo Ramos straight down the throat of Azizi. We're going to have to make a couple of changes. We're struggling with fitness on one or two. Ramalhet is struggling, so Jan Low, who has been the hero a couple of times this season, he is going to come on. We're going to bring Saglin Benny on up front for Gonzalo Ramos. It's a bit of a risk, that one. He doesn't tend to score from up front, Saglin Benny, but hopefully he can do so today. We're going to get Otto on as well at right back. Echeverri is really struggling now. And we'll leave it at that for the moment. Again, the majority of the chances have gone in our favour. Atletico have had one shot on target and scored it. Here's Orbegozo into Kouakou. Organ Kokchu. Demeter loses out to Scalvini. Now Saglin Benny. Jan Low. Chance maybe here. He's in behind one. Gets past the second. And Jan Low scores. Oh my word, he's done it again. What a fantastic goal from him. He managed to get past two of the defenders. And by the looks of it, he's gone through. The ball's gone through the goalkeeper. So I'm guessing he's put it through the keeper's legs. But Jan Low, what a goal from him. That is a very big, big goal here in this Copa del Rey final. We have a chance. Are we bringing some silverware back to Barcelona? It's been a long time coming if we do. And we've deserved it based on the match stats, especially. Here's Jan Low, receives the ball from Otto. Can he play it into penalty area? He couldn't find Pedri, and Kouakou clears. Achabar beats Yao Felix though, but Varels with a heavy touch, and Orkun Kukshu clears to Kouakou. Yao Felix, Demeter, it's 2-2. They've had two shots on target. There's a hint of offside. I don't think it is. It is. Offside's been given. 10 minutes to go. We're still 2-1 up. Botman into Kukchu. Over the top looking for Yao Felix, who's in again, and there's the equaliser. God, this is so frustrating. Two shots on target they've had, and they've scored them both. And we've had 7 shots on target out of 19. Here's Federico Gonzalez. We're into 4 minutes of added time. Looking over the top, Nardi clears. Balde wins it though. Tobias Gonzalez strikes from distance. He's hit the crossbar. 91st minute off the crossbar. We're into extra time. This happened against Villareal last season. We've been the better side, but they've just converted their chances. We're really struggling fitness-wise as well. We're going to have to make some changes, aren't we? Varelst is really struggling. We're going to bring Caminata on for him. Luis Fernando's going to come on for Pedri as well, who's really struggling. Molina is going to come on for Balde, who's really struggling. And Tobias Gonzalez is really struggling as well. We're struggling for the options. Jose Antonio Ruiz is going to... Oh, we can't bring him on. Okay. Have we made all 6 then? Oh yes, we've already made all 6 with that, so... Tobias Gonzalez and the 2 centre-backs are just... And Federico Gonzalez are going to just have to try their hardest just to get through the rest of the game here. In terms of match stats, we deserve to win this. Here's Conciaccio. Nardi into Tufo. Now Giovanni. Yao Felix. Great tackle from Adjabar. Molina back to Heddle. Now Federico Gonzalez. Scalvini. Caminata finds a bit of space. Here's Jan Low. He loses out to Giovanni. Here's Kukcu into Tufo. Orbegozo. Not extra time again. I don't think I could deal with this in extra time again. Luis Fernando, Federico Gonzalez, Molina. Into Achabar. Well played by Molina to find the man in space. Here's Scalvini. Federico Gonzalez, Scalvini again. Caminata. Jan Low. What a run from the German. Jan Low has scored. Extra time. We're just approaching half-time in extra time. And he's got his second of the day. Is he going to be our hero here in this Copa del Rey final? It's his second of the night. A huge, huge goal here in this final with 15 minutes of extra time to play. Are we heading for glory now? We've deserved it. Look at the match stats. We've clearly deserved this. Can we hold on? No highlights is absolutely fine by me. Nardi here with a throw for Atletico into the penalty area. Scalvini clears. Tufo picks it up. Luis Fernando with the challenge. Saglin Benny can't pick it up. Here's Nardi into Orbegozo. Now Botman. Into Okafor. Caminata wins possession. And now Jan Low coming down this right hand side. Plays it through. Saglin Benny. It's a brilliant finish. There's a hint of offside though. If he stayed on, he has won us the final. He's stayed on side. It's 4-2. Jan Low with the assist. 2 goals and an assist on the night. He only just stayed on side, Saglin Benny, but that is a great finish. And we are going to be bringing home the Copa del Rey here. It's a massive goal for us. The job has been done at last. We've deserved it overall today. Whew, that does take some pressure off, that's for sure. We've finally brought a trophy back to Barcelona. I don't know why it's showing a highlight here. It's just the last 20 seconds or so. Here's Scalvini into Achabar. Luis Fernando. Just holding on to it, making the run round. Plays it through. Saglin Benny's actually in behind. Tries to loft it over and... or I can't remember his name now. Orbegozo managed to clear. We finally brought a trophy home to Barcelona. 4-2 in the Copa del Rey final after extra time. Jan Low with 2 goals and an assist. Certainly the man of the match today. Certainly appearing as a big game player. We've finally done it. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Oh, so much relief. We've finally won a trophy. Get in there. Looking forward in terms of the actual match schedule and everything. We're just going to come back for the last 2 games of the season. We'll just round the season off and then we'll see what happens going into next season. The fact that we've won a trophy does certainly bode well for us, but the Champions League is the target, remember, and with the way we've performed in that tournament, I'm not sure if we can do any better than what we have been. So certainly food for thought going into next season, but tomorrow's episode, we've got last 2 games of the season. We'll get through that and then we can revisit going into next season and see what happens from there. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Jan Low, certainly man of the match performance. He has won us the trophy there. And at long, long last, we have finally won the Copa del Rey. So we've got 5 matches to get through off camera. Levante and Tenerife are going to be the last 2 games of the season, both of which are at home. Hopefully we can have a good run in to the end of the season, and hopefully Real Madrid lose a few games. I highly doubt it, but who knows. At last we have done it. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.